Now, the appearance of Supreme Lord is continuous. Today is the holy appearance of Nrsimha Bhagavan, Nrsimha Chaturdashi. But there are infinite Brahmandas. Here these foreigners, they don't understand Brahmanda. One Brahmanda consists of 14 planets. Choddo Bhuvan, Brahmanda. You understand planets. But there are infinite Brahmandas. Our pastimes of Nrsimha Bhagavan or Krishna or all the forms of God is eternal in the sense, in consideration. Now here the Advent appearance anniversary, appearance day ends here, then immediately another planet or another Brahman will start. In this these other pastimes, childhood pastimes, boyhood pastimes, young pastimes, all these pastimes are eternal, continuously going on in infinite Brahmandas. This Leela has occurred in one Brahman, we don't know. In this sense, or in this consideration, this is Nitya Leela as we've heard from the lotus leaves of our Shiksha Guru Varga, also our Guru Varga. There is another consideration. What is that? Krishna or Supreme Lord Nrsimha Bhagavan appears in the heart, in the sanctified heart of a true devotee. This pastime is also going on. As we find in the Gita, I do not want to elaborate. There Krishna says, he appears in every age to establish Yuga Dharma and also to kill the miscreants, demons, and to protect and sustain, maintain sadhus. Wherever we go, all the speakers, they speak of these two verses from the Gita. Yada yadharmasya glani bhavati bharata uppattanam adharmasatmanam srijamam paritrana sadhanam vinasha dushkritam dharma samsthapanartha sambhavanti devi. But our most revered Gurudev is to explain this in this way. For killing the demons, for establishing dharma, yuga dharma, righteousness in this world. He can do it by his will. Supreme Lord is all powerful. He can create infinite Brahmandas in a moment, and he can destroy. There is no need of his coming to this world to kill the demons and to establish righteousness. It is not absolutely necessary. For the cause of the appearance of Supreme Lord is due to is Shuddha Bhakta. Because if he does not appear, then the separation grief of the Shuddha Bhakta will not be removed. Even he can do it by his own personal associate like formidable Badaranguji Hanuman. He can kill all miscreants and establish Dharma. But that is it is not indispensable for God to appear. But it is indispensable for his appearance to remove the separation grief, extreme separation grief of the devotees. You will find the root cause of the appearance of fish, Matsya Bhagavan, is Saptavrata Muni. The root cause of appearance of boar Bhagavan, boar, pig, whatever you say, Varaha, boar, Varaha Bhagavan, is due to the devotion of Brahma. The appearance of Nrsimha Bhagavan is due to the devotion of Prahlad. You will find in one scripture, Agam, where it is written, Nrsimha Bhagavan appeared to remove the affliction, suffering of Prahlad Maharaj from being oppressed by his father, Hiranyakashipu. So, the Advent anniversary, Nrsimha Chaudhashi, while you worship, while worshipping Nrsimha Bhagavan, you have to first worship Prahlad, then worship Nrsimha Bhagavan. First, pray for the grace of Prahlad. This is the procedure. This is stated in the scriptural injunction is there. We of course first worship Guru. Take his permission. Then we worship Prahlad. And after that, Nrsimha Bhagavan. And what is the glory of this? You will find in Brihad Narasingha Puran evidence of it. When Prahlad asked Nrsimha Bhagavan, why I have become your worshipper? What is the cause? I am born in a demon family. Why you have graced me? What is the cause? Then Supreme Lord Nrsimha Bhagavan spoke to Prahlad. You see, you are previously son of a Brahmin Boshu Sharma. He was living in Avantinagar. And here his wife Sushila, also a great devotee. And that Boshu Sharma had 5 children. You are the youngest. But you have been attracted to a harlot. And on this day, Nrsimha Chaudhashi Tithi, you had a quarrel with her. And both of you observed fast day and night out of anger. And Nrsimha Bhagavan was very much satisfied. Don't drink. They have not taken anything throughout day and night. But by their fortune, that day was Nishima Chaturdashi. Then, when you was born, accepting Hiranyakashipu and his wife, her parents, then Supreme Lord appeared before you as Narada Goswami under the plea of teaching your mother. He was imparting all knowledge to you. Who? Nrsimha Bhagavan himself in the form of the devotee. And so you are born devotee. After birth, you do not know this world has got no relation. You are seeing the whole world in relation to Sri Krishna. Always you are laughing, sometimes crying, sometimes dancing, with the ecstatic feeling of Krishna. So, perchance, if you perform this Ekadashi Vrata as per the scriptural injunction, you will become a devotee of Krishna. You just have performed Nrsimha Chaturdashi. Isn't it? Now, the long story, long narration in Srimad Bhagavad 7th canto, also in Harivangsha. I shall remember about the narration of Vedas Muni has narrated in Srimad Bhagavad. There, Vedas Muni has said, Hiranyakashipu is not an ordinary person, Hiranyaka, his brother. When Chatushan, Sanak Sanandan, Sanat Kumar, Sanatan, they are the eternal associates of Narayan. They are working as guards in the gate of the Vaikuntha. No, Chatushan was not. Jai Vijay. Jai Vijay were working as guards. And Chatushan, by the desire of Supreme Lord, he went to Vaikuntha, near the gate of the Vaikuntha. Chatushan, like a small boy, naked boy. But they are older than Saptarshi, Marichi, Angira, Patri, Pulastapu, Vasishta. They are the sons appeared from the mind of Brahma, Saptarshi. The Chatushan are older than in age, but outside everybody will see they are small boys, little boys, naked. When they went there, Joy Vijay thought, these small boys, where from they have come? What do you want? We want to enter into this world. No, go outside. You have small boys, little boys, you have got no what to do there. So, then they are requesting, but Jai Vijay refused. No, it will not be allowed. Then, as per desire of Supreme Lord, they cursed Jai Vijay. You are not fit remain in this eternal realm. Go down and become a demon. After 3 months, you will be rescued. Immediately they are falling from the transcendental realm. But God had the desire to make patience with them, with Jai Vijay. But they are cursed by Chatushan. And first birth, they are born as Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaka, Kashyap Rishi and Diti. When Varaha Bhagavan killed Hiranyaka, then Hiranyakashipu became very much dejected and grief-stricken, and enraged. He ordered all the demons to disturb the worship of Vishnu by oppressing the Brahmins, cows, etc. He became enraged and grief-stricken, and he advised his brother's wife and other children. Hiranyakashipu was a great scholar, you may say, learned person, an ordinary person. You go through his teachings to the wife of his brother and other children. It is written there in Srimad Bhagavatam. And pacified them to remove their separation. And he performed immense penance. Nobody will be equal to him with that purpose. Such a penance no demigod, no person in Brahmanda could do. It has been stated in the scripture, in Srimad Bhagavatam also. By standing on the thumbs, on the toes of the feet, like this, he remained for hundreds of years without taking anything, like this. When eyes like this up, and whole body was eaten by the insects and ants. Only skeleton was there. At that time, Sattva Yuga, life can be retained in the marrow of the bone. He was living, and he performed so much penance. The smoke was coming out from his head. By that smoke, all the demigods, they left their heaven. They could not tolerate that. Without any war, without fighting, Hiranyakashipu, by his immense penance, drove out all the demigods from the heaven. So powerful. And the demigods, they approached Brahma. They were in a great peril. To rescue us from this horrible demon. This tremendous penance performed. Then Brahma came and saw they were astonished and sprinkled water. His body had become like a golden complexion, formidable, very strong, came out. And he wanted boon from Brahma. He worshipped Brahma. He gave me, I should be immortal. No, I cannot give this. You ask for any other. Then I shall not be killed by your, he thought, Brahma is the supreme, according to him. Your created beings will not be able to kill me. I shall not be killed by in the outside of the house and also not in the inside of the house. And I shall not be killed in the sky, I shall not be killed on the earth. No weapons can kill me. All right, all right. He accepted this. Conditional immortality. After he became very much powerful. And by his operation, all the demigods, they approach Vishnu Bhagavan. He rescued us from this formidable oppressive demon. We never see such a demon. Then Supreme Lord said, yes, I shall rescue you. When he will have the courage, when he will venture to kill my devotee, to attempt to kill my devotee, then I shall appear, because he performed immense penance and got this conditional immortality from Brahma. So I shall tolerate all kinds of operations. And when he will try to kill my own devotee, then I shall appear and I shall kill him. Now, Hiranyakashipu had 4 children. Eldest was Prahlad. Prahlad, Udvalad, Sanglad, Prahlad. Then Prahlad was of 5 years age. After birth he have already had. Prahlad was born devotee. He has got one-pointed devotion to Sri Krishna. Always chanting the name of God and always in ecstatic feeling, sometimes laughing, smiling, sometimes crying, sometimes dancing like that. He has got no knowledge that there is any existence in this world without relation to Supreme Lord. He has got no knowledge. Everything is related like that. Now, in ancient times, boys were sent to Guru Griha, abode of the Guru, not like schools, colleges, for getting education. So, Hiranyakashipu sent his son, Prahlad, to Shandamarka, the sons of Shukracharya. Shukracharya is the guru of the demons. But Shukracharya resides in a distant place. He is doing some penance. And Hiranyakashipu thought, small boy, he should remain near to our palace. Shukracharya's 2 sons, Shandamarka, they are staying near the palace of Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu sent his son to Shandamarka for getting education. I have already heard about it. I have spoken about it. Where? Somewhere.
Birmingham.
Birmingham. So Yagga Prapitam Balam, Pulahan Noya Kovidam, Patamartha Pattam, Sannashtu Shuddha Balakan, Shukdev Goswami was speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. Being sent by Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad Maharaj went to the abode of Guru and was getting education. What kind of Prahlad? Nitigga Prahlad. Prahlad well versed in moral science, ethics. How to behave with superiors, how to behave with persons who are younger, how to behave with seniors, and with the equals. Everything we can learn from Prahlad, most ideal character. And he was getting lessons from Chandamarka. Jat tatra guruna paktam shushriva anupapataja na sadhu manasa menesva parasat grasya. He was very attentively hearing the teachings of the preceptor, master. And whenever Guru asks something and he is replying very correctly. There are other students also. But seeing the caliber of Prahlad, Chandamarka, they are astonished. Very good student. Whatever we say, he attentively hears, and whenever we put questions, giving answer very rightly. Jat tattva guruna shushrube anupapataja na sadhu manasa menesva parasat grasya. But Prahlad inwardly, mentally, did not accept the teachings of Chandamarka. Mentally. But he did not quarrel with him. You do not know, you hear from me. This sort of vanity he has expressed. Because he is Guru. In one sense, the object of worship, he has got some prestige. For that reason, whatever he was giving education, and his master, he was hearing attentively and replying also. But inside in the heart it is not sadhu, because they are teaching politics. Because he is the son of the king, he will be crown prince after that. He will have to administer, govern. So you should know this politics. Rajniti, political science. There could be any politics without dissension. This is your country, this is my country. This is your party, this is my party. This sort of perception of dissension is there. Disintegration is there. Sadhu do not like this. Supreme Lord, He is there and all are interrelated with you. We have forgotten Him, we have come to this world, present house. We are wrongly thinking we are separated. We belong to such country, we belong to that country, we belong to such religion, that religion, we belong to this party, all this wrong. But he was not quarreling, objecting. Whatever Gurudev was speaking, that he would be hearing, and whenever he put questions, he would give a real answer, very correct answer. So Chandamarka, they are very much satisfied. If Prahlad is sent to his house, then parents will be happy. Emperor Hiranyakashipu will be happy, then we will be benefited. Then we will see, in a short time, the son has got so much knowledge. You go to your parents. They are sent. When Prahlad came to the house, he made prostrate obeisances to the lotus feet of his mother. Do you do this? In Sanatana Dharma. You should not think that they have produced me for the satisfaction of sexual desire. This is not good. There should be worshipped as demigods, Dev, Devi, God and Goddess. This is the teaching of Sanatana Dharma, previously. So, when he came, he made prostrate obeisances. Naturally, mother has got love for the child. And if the child bows down, makes obeisance, then what harm? You will get benefit of blessing from the mother and father and superiors. You will not lose anything. If we do not respect the superiors, you will be deprived of their affection. And mother very much satisfied, embraced the child, bathed the child, and decorated the child with good garments and all ornaments, etc. And after that, he asked this child to go to court to meet his father. My father was there in the court, and there are many members of the court. Prahlad Maharaj went there and made prostrate obeisance. And Hiranyakashipu was sitting on the throne. He was seeing so small boy making prostrate. He was melted on seeing this. Immediately got down from the throne and went there, embraced him, took him on the lap and sat on the throne. With so much joy and happiness, tears rolled down from him. And he has bathed the child with the tears. Now, Hiranyakashipu is thinking, the child has come from the abode of Gurus, from the school. If I put a special question, and if he cannot give an answer, he will be dejected. So, he does not put any special question. What he says, ekada surat putra anka marva pandava paprachakattamasha mandati sadhud bhavan. One day, Hiranyakashipu took the child with great affection on his lap. Oh, dear boy, please tell me, whatever you have remembered, no, there is no need of it. Whatever, you should not spoil your Vaishnavas should object to worship. It will commit offense. Is not it? By touching your garment with the feet is not good. Now, we should learn this from Prahlad Maharaj, his ideal character. And ekadashur putra anka papachakattatan vatsha manati sadhudat bhavan. Speak something good to me. Whatever you have learned and have remembered, any good education you have got from your school, you tell me anything, whatever you have remembered. But he used the word sadhu. Whatever you think sadhu, you speak to me. Prahlad Maharaj understood the significance of the question of his father. But he was speaking before the members of the court, and they have got great respect for Prahlad. Prahlad is a great saint. Whatever he will say, they will accept. If I speak anything from the teachings I have got from Sandamarka, that is not sadhu. The teachings of politics, teachings of dharma, artha, kama, temporary things of this world. The actual sadhu I shall speak. because they will misunderstand. These people will misunderstand. They will think the teachings of Shandamarka are sadhu. So I shall not speak as per desire of my revered father. Tat sadhu manne suravarjya dehina sadashamud vigna dhyam ishat asad Hitvatma Gihamanda Bhubam Balangata Jovarimasra. Then Prahlad Maharaj says, Usuravajja, he has addressed his father, oh Papa, oh Daddy. He has addressed him, you are the chief of the demons, chief of the demons. Right? Why he addressed his father as chief of demons? Demons, they do not like to hear sadhu. Being the chief of demons, he wants to hear what is sadhu. It is very surprising. To express that astonishment, he has addressed his father not as father, but as chief of demons. Usuravajja. You are the best of all demons. Sadhu Vajja Sudavchu. Usuravajja. Sadhu Vajja. Dehinam. Dehi means Deho is a kind of property. Dehi, the property resides within the body. That property has got a bodied person, a bodied corporeal person. It's got a covering. Gross and subtle covering. The soul is residing within that. It's called Dehi, that spirit soul. I think sadhu of the conditioned souls of the world, I consider it to be sadhu for them. Those whose minds are always worried because of their connection with the temporary things of this world. They accept it, they accept a temporary body, and in relation to the temporary body, in temporary relations also. So they are always worried due to their attachment to temporary body and temporary relations. They are seriously worried, severely. For them, I think, it is for them sadhu. They should abandon their house. What kind of house? House like it has been compared with a well, a dry well. A dry well. Nobody goes to a dry well. There is no water, no drinking water. If any person falls into that well, he cannot come up, he can rescue himself, he can come up by his own endeavor. If there is no help from above. And where there is water, many people come. If anybody falls into water, they will try to rescue. And where there is no water, or there is that water is not fit for drinking, as you find in Vrindavan and other places, very bitter water, fit for not drinking, then nobody will go there. And if any beast or if any human being falls in that, then there is no chance of his survival, he will die. That beast will die or the human being will die. So here there is no respect for the sadhus. The sadhus do not go. Sadhus do not go to the house. That is like a dry well. or well of a bitter water, not drinking water, nobody goes there. When sadhus will go to the householders, they will say, what you are doing? You are a human being. You have got connection with Supreme Lord. You have forgotten Him. Due to this, you are passing through numerous species, numerous births of species you are passing through. 80 lakhs of species. It has been narrated in the scripture. 80 lakhs. After that, you have got this human birth, 4 lakhs. This human birth you have got to worship Supreme Lord. You have got the discriminative power. You can accept the eternal truth. Supreme Lord is all existence, all knowledge, all bliss. He is eternally existing principle. He is absolute knowledge, absolute bliss. You have got that competency to worship Krishna, worship Supreme Lord. Your life is not meant for only eating, sleeping, depending and waiting. Ahar nidra bhayamati. Though when sadhus will go, then they will say, if there is no respect for the sadhus, they do not adore sadhus, sadhus will not go there. Then that person will be there in the well and will be killed there. No opportunity to be rescued if sadhus will not go there. Where sadhus have got no entrance and sadhus have got no respect, no sadhus go, that is the cause of our fall. You should give up. You should relinquish that house. And you should go to the forest. Forest means not jungle. Many forests has become towns in India also. If anybody goes to the forest, by going forest, he does not become a religious person. He may do many crimes also inside the forest. Varantu Sattika Vasha. What is the significance of forest? Born. You can remain in the forest, even in your house, if you remain avoiding all kinds of earthly enjoyments, giving up. Remaining in the house, you have remaining in the forest. But if you go forest and enjoy worldly enjoyments there, then you are in the world. You are not in the forest, actual forest. The actual forest means you have to remain with abnegation, with indifference to worldly enjoyments, etc. You have to perform penance. You have to withdraw your senses from the objects of the senses, like that. You have to go, forest men, you have to remain in a very austerities, perform penances, etc. And you have to take absolute shelter to see Hari. Who is Hari? Hari is the Supreme Lord. Harireva Sadaradya Sarva Diveshwareshwara Itare Brahmadana Abhagya Padajana. He is the Lord of all Lords, Supreme Lord. Hari. And Hari you have already heard. Actually Hari is Krishna. Hari means to take away. Take away means to steal. The great thief is Krishna. Praje Prasiddham Namanita Chauram. Gopananda Kula Chauram, Aneka Janmarjita Papa Chauram, Chaura Gurvandam Purusham Navan. Vallabhacharya has narrated the glory of Krishna by saying he is a great thief. In this sense, he steals the butter of gopis by going in the night, surreptitiously. And also, he steals all the loin cloths of the gopis, showing others if there is any hesitation then we cannot get Krishna. You should have frank heart. No kinds of hesitation will be there. Lajja, shamefulness. Then you cannot get. And he also takes away, steals all the sins of the crores of births of the conditioned souls of the world. The great thing. Hari means Krishna. Take absolute shelter to Krishna. Worship him. I don't want to explain this because I have no time. Now, on hearing this, Hiranyakashipu thought, this is a young boy. I have searched Vishnu, Hari, to kill him because he has killed my brother. And my son is speaking, that is sadhu. If anybody takes absolute shelter to Hari, perhaps he heard it, a small boy heard from a Vaishnava. Vaishnavas, they worship Vishnu. And so whatever he has heard, he is speaking to me. It's very dangerous. What I am to do? Then he ordered, take this son and keep him in such a place, but there he can no chance to meet any Vaishnavas. His intellect has been spoiled by the Vaishnava. He is a little boy, he does not know. Whatever he hears, he has spoken to me. Not good. Be alert and very careful. No person, even in disguise, should enter in my palace in this place. And they have taken Prahlad and brought to Chandravarka and reported the matter. Hiranyakashipu was dissatisfied of hearing this. He is asked, what is sadhu? And this Prahlad has said, taking absolute shelter to say is sadhu. Sadhu, Hari, is his enemy. And being his son is in service of the enemy is good. And Chandravarka frightened. Hiranyakashipu will think we have given this teaching. Then our service will be, he will remove me from the service of preceptor service, and he will be deprived of getting the stipend. And how we can maintain family? But he is thinking what to do. Perhaps some Vaishnavas has spoken this. I should cleverly know it with that Vaishnava. Knowing that that person, I shall take that person from Hiranyakashipu. This person is the culprit. When Prahlad came to his Gurudev, then Chandravarka, Kulanandana, Asura Kulanandana, you are the jewel of all the demons in this in our area. All the demon boys, you are the jewel. And you are giving happiness to all. We bless you. But one thing we want to know from you. You should not speak lie to us, tell lie to us. Because we are Guru. We have not taught you to worship Hari. Perhaps some Vaishnava, some person has taught you. So you have spoken to your father that worship of Hari is good. Who is that person? I want to know. Tell us. Then, what do you want? Air is coming. Now, Prahlad Maharaj made his obeisance to the Supreme Lord on hearing this. He understood the intention of his spiritual guide, religious guide, Gurudev. Oh, he wanted to take one person to his father to punish that person. Oh. He has got this sort of perception of discrimination. This is mine, this is yours. Swapara Ved Buddhi. This is ours, this is yours. Then he first made obeisance to the Supreme Lord. Parashasthiti asatava graha. Pumsan janmaya krita. Nyodhir tasmai si bhagavati namaha. I am bowing down to the Supreme Lord, by whose external potential energy, when anybody is enveloped, he has got this wrong knowledge. He has got this sapara ved buddhi, this sort of discord, perception of discord, human beings. And he wants to take somebody for punishment. I bow down. Whenever any person will be enveloped by the illusory energy of supreme external potency, then he has got this sort of knowledge. This is mine and this is theirs. This sort of sapara buddhi, you understand? Sa means this is mine. Para means this is yours. Like that. This, when we say we are enveloped by illusory energy, we have got this sort of ignorance, their science. Then he says, Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, by whose external potency we have got this discrimination, personal discrimination amongst human beings. He has spoiled my wisdom. That Supreme Lord has spoiled mine. Then it is not as far as we, where we will get the Supreme Lord. If he mentions, if he would have mentioned some person, he would have got hold of that and took that to Hiranyakashipu. Supreme Lord, Vishnu Bhagavan has spoiled my life. Where we will get Bhagavan? So he became engaged. His reply is not according to the will of the preceptors, masters. Aniyata mure betra, askara asamakam ajasaskara. It is ill repute, ill fame of the Asura. First, he offered blessings and said, you are the jewel. Now, when it is not according to his will, just the opposite. Kulangara Sudur Buddhi. Kulangar means cinder of family. Cinder, ash. When anything is burnt, cinder. The Kulangar, Angar, the remnants of the fire. But it is not used here. Means he has damaged the prestige of the Asura family. Like this. Now, there is no other way. In administration, you will find there is a policy. When people have got some grievance, when they come, first they try to charm, they try to appease through conciliation, appeasement. When the administrative authority is successful, then give something. Sham dan, give them, they want something. Even by that also, they are not satisfied. You don't accept this. Then divide and rule, make division. amongst them they fight. They may fight themselves. This is the policy. And ultimately, when that also fails, then inflict punishment. Samdhan bhed danda. Now there is no other way. I am to punish this culprit, the wicked person, naughty person. Bring cane. Give me one cane. I shall cane this boy. And one cane was given to him. But he could not cane the child because the eldest son of emperor had got no courage to beat the child with the cane. But he has frightened the child by beating the cane on the table. Frightened the child. To threaten the child. But Prahlad was mild, he was very gentle, was sitting there without speaking anything. Mild. Nothing, he is not speaking anything. When a person continues to rebuke, continues to say harsh words, and the other person does not reply, how long he will? Speaking, and ultimately, Chandravarka, they have stopped. Child is good, gentle, mild. Let us try again to train the child. The child, let's try. He may be rectified. Then again, they are teaching Prahlad Maharaj and putting questions in different ways. And he is giving good answers. After putting several questions, and they are satisfied, this time, Shanda took the child with him. He did not send alone the child. Let me go, see what he speaks there. I am to know. The child come to the palace, and the child make obeisances to mother. Mother bathes the child, all these things have happened. They have done. And after that, child goes to the court and meets his father. Father also takes him on the lap, everything. After that, he has got some doubt. Perhaps our Chandravarka might have taught this. For that reason, O Vatsha Prahlad, Kanava Devashna Ayushman, Yadashishya Guru Bhavan. A particular question. You should speak whatever you learned from your Gurudev. Something good you are preaching. From your Gurudev. According to Hiranyakashipu Gurudev, Chandravarka is the Guru. According to his consideration. But he is asking the question before the court members, and court members are alert. What Prahlad will say. If I say from Chandravarka, that is not the good teaching. So long you are under the education of your Gurudev, whatever you have learned from Gurudev, you say something good from that tongue. Uttama Vidya. Uttama Vidya. Best learning. What is best learning? Best knowledge. Some. Jatashishya Gurur Bhavan. Particular question. Then Prahlad Maharaj could understand the inward desire of his father. Understand? Then I should speak something from whatever I've learned from Guruji. But actually they are not Guru. They have got no knowledge of divinity. They have not taught us, but they have not taught me devotion to Sri Krishna. They have taught all these things worldly education. So if I say anything from them, that will not be Uttama Vidya. In worldly education. I shall speak whatever I have learned from Narada Goswami. He is actually Srautriyam Brahmanishtam. They may be Srautriya in one sense, but they are not Brahmanishta. They are Vishwanishta. They have taught me about worldly things, how we can get worldly wealth, etc., and worldly qualities. So I shall speak whatever I have learned from Narada Goswami. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padashivanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dashram, Shakkam, Atmanivedanam. Iti Pungsarpita Vishnu Bhaktischanna Valakkana, Kriyata Bhagavati Adha Tanmanya Udhita Mutta. I think it to be the best learning. What is the best learning? Taking absolute shelter to Vishnu. One should think that I am of Vishnu. After submission to Vishnu. Adu, after submission to Vishnu, then if you do any forms of devotion, that is called devotion. Adu Orpiti Paschat Kriyata. Orpiti. If with the material ego he does anything, the result will come to the material ego. That is not bhakti, that is devotion. It is karma. He can get mundane benefit. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Shivanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dashram, Shakva, Atmanidanam, Iti Pungsar, Vishnu Bhakti. After submitting, Sakshat means directly for his satisfaction. If he hears about the name, form, attributes, etc. of Vishnu, if he chants after hearing, if he sings, you apart from Kirtan Bhakti, and if he performs Smaran Bhakti, and Archan Pujan, Archan, Bandhan, Dasya, Shakha, Atmanivedanam. You know it, I do not explain it in detail. Then, that is Uttama Vidya. That is the quintessence of all learning wisdom. When he has heard, then Hiranyakashipu was then raised. His son Namarko, they have taught. I have asked him particular question. What your Gurudev? And he is saying, he has taught this, Navadha. Then Hiranyakashipu was then raised. You have deceived me, Brahmanadham. And he started using harsh words to Sandamarko. You spoil my child? What you have got? This Abhadra Asati, unholy and unjust. You have done a great wrong thing. You remain with me, or you are taking the side of my enemy. You have spoiled my child. Then you are trembling. All the Sandamarko. No. We cannot go against you. You have conquered Indrajit. You are the sole proprietor of 3 worlds. We are poor Brahmin. How can we go against you? We have kept guard. No Vaishnava has entered into it. And we have not taught this Vishnu Bhakti to me. And no Vaishnava has entered into it in disguise. No, it is just natural. Out of his own initiative he is speaking. They have not taught it. At that time in Satyuga, nobody was speaking like in Satyuga. So whatever they say, they used to believe, not now, not by Kali-Yuga. If you speak something, then they would, Kali-Yuga people think this is lie. First you think lie, then you have to try to examine whether it's correct or not. But at that time, everyone is speaking truth. For that reason, Hiranyakashipu believed. Then he said to his son, where from you got this? Your Gurudev has not taught you? And no Vaishnava has entered into it in disguise. Where from you got this? Evil motive? Evil inclination? Asadipati, according to the Asuras, demons, the love of Krishna or worship of Krishna, they say it is bad, according to them. Where from you got it? Then Prahlad Maharaj in reply saying, Matirna Krishni Parato Shatu Midhibbadda Grihabhradana Adanta Govi Vishadanta Misram Punah Punashcharvita Charvanana Nade Vidu Shartha Gotingi Vishnung Durashaya Bahirarthamani Andha Andhari Bolva Anatya Pushatantra Mududamni Badda Naishang Matisthavur Kulan Svishatta Anartha Gunjadartha Bahirashanga Padavisham Nakshishkinjam Yajapa. When he said, those who have got this ignorance, those who are Grihabhrata. Grihabhrata means those who want worldly enjoyments, earthly enjoyments, those who have got attachment for having nice building, house. House is also Griha. It's a kind of worldly attachment. Those who engage their sense organs, everything, for getting a good building, nice building, is a Grihabhrata. Or in the building, sadhus also stay. The sadhus are not Grihabhrata. Nobody thinks sadhus to be Grihabhrata. They are also no Grihini Grihabhrata. Those who are married and those who are henpecked are very much attached with the wife. They are also Grihabhrata. Extremely excessive attachment. Grihabhrata. Not Griha, house is not Griha, but Grihini, Griha means wife, married, and who gives all his energy for that. And Grihabhrata, this body also is a Griha, it is a house. The Atma is residing within it. Those who think the bodily interest is everything, it is be all and end all. Yosabhrashavadi, these physical enjoyments are the only enjoyments, they are Grihabhrata. And those who are mental speculationists, Manodharmi. Mind is also the outcome of the apara presence of Supreme Lord. Mental speculation, they are also Grihabhrata. Whatever we understand is Grihabhrata. Grihabhrata by his own capacity and by the help of other Grihabhratas cannot fix his mind, engage his mind to the object of worship, Sri Krishna. A Grihabhrata himself cannot do this. and with the help of other group of enslaved jivas, in one sense. Enslaved jivas by their own capacity and unitedly cannot get Krishna bhakti. 400 crores of the enslaved jivas, human beings of the world, cannot give Krishna bhakti to anybody. If they are enslaved, they cannot give. I have not got this Krishna bhakti by my own initiative, by my own endeavor. And I have not got this by gurus, Sandamarka. They are well versed in Vedas, but they have not understood the implication, significance of the teachings of Vedas, because they have got ulterior motives. They are after mundane benefits. In the Karmakanda Vedas, mundane benefits, for getting mundane benefits here in this world and after death to heaven, etc. They have not understood. Vedas have come from Vishnu. The rays of the sun is coming from the sun. The rays of the sun, light of the sun will show this sun. And simultaneously other things of this world. So, Vedas have come from Vishnu. Veda will substantiate Vishnu. How we can get Vishnu? Vishnu is supreme. There is no more than him and equal to him. Without his grace, nobody can know him. How we can get his grace? If we act according to his will. That is called bhakti. If you surrender to him and act according to his, if anybody gets me by his own will, then I have become secondary. I have become dependent on him. If I can get somebody by my own capacity, then I have become predominant, and that person becomes dominant. Like that. If we can get God by our own whims, then God will lose his position. Without the desire of God, with the grace, nobody can get. So to fulfill the desire of God means to serve. If I act according to his will, then that will satisfy you. If I act against his will, that will not satisfy you. That is called bhakti. Bhakti is the only conclusion of the Vedas. Vedanta Krit Ved Videvachaham, in Gita it is saying. But they are reading Vedas, or they are not teaching Vishnu Bhakti, because they have got ulterior motives. They cannot understand the significance of the teachings. So where you have got? Where from you have got? Naishang Matista Abhru Vishad, Anartham Jadartha, Vahiyasang Padari Sunishti. I have got this from Narad Goswami. With a true devotee, who has got no desire of this world. I have got this. Not from Sandamarka, not from my own mission, not by the help of others. Then Hiranyakashipu was then raised. He has gone to dogs. He has become servant of the servants of Vishnu. Most abominable condition. Then out of wrath he threw the child from the throne to the earth. Get the child, kill it. I don't want this. To destroy my sandalwood forest of the Asuras. Very nice Asura family. To destroy it if he remains. But Krishna has protected him. When he was thrown to the earth, he was sitting there, he was not killed. He was astonished, what is this? The call of the executioners, Asuras. You come here, executioners. Kill this person, child. What? He didn't get this son. What you are saying? You couldn't understand this. No, he is not my son. He is my enemy. Vishnu Bhagavan, in the form of this, he has come to destroy my Asura family, nice family. He is my enemy. Even if other son, if it is beneficial for us, then we shall adore him. And he is not beneficial. He is a dangerous person. He will destroy the whole Asur family. It is my order, kill him. If there is a gangrene in any part, he may be a son. Then gangrene will destroy the whole body. Then gangrene, the portion of the body is to be amputated to keep the rest of the body. So even to keep the rest of the body of this Asur family intact, then I have to kill him. We should not think about this. Then with the tridents, all the executioners shouted and came there and thrust the tridents on the boy. But the boy was not killed. They were so astonished, what is this? When he was in the lap of Bhagavan, the tridents were pierced, could not pierce through Krishna. Krishna nobody can pierce it. Prahlad was on the lap of Krishna. The strike was on the body of the spiritual body of Krishna. Just promised. Then Krishna killing him. By any means. They heard ways that they tried to kill him. And Prahlad Maharaj was not speaking anything against his father. Was thrown from the mountain. Small boy killed. As for example, you will find when Vasishtha's sons were killed, 100 sons were killed by Vishwamitra. Vasishtha was so much grief-stricken, he wanted to kill himself by dropping from the mountain. When he fell down from the mountain has become soft like cotton. He could not kill himself. Mountain hardness, there is no hardness. He fell into the soft of the, like a quilt, cotton. In this way, Bhagavan Supreme Lord can't do anything. And he was buried under the earth. He was pressed by the feet to cross by the elephant. He was put into the enclosure of poisonous serpents. He was given poison to eat. He was thrown into the fire. In different ways, Hiranyakashipu tried to kill Prahlad. But Prahlad did not anyway endeavor to rescue himself. But nothing. No harm was done to Prahlad. Then Hiranyakashipu was astonished. He is not speaking anything against me. And he is not trying to save himself. Inherently he has got so much power. And automatically he is rescued from this. Perhaps I shall die due to him. My death will be caused by him. And he was deeply thinking with great mortification. At that time Chandravartu came. What are you thinking? This boy is a little boy. Give us time. We shall teach again. Let Shukracharya come. When he will come, he will take the responsibility. Now he has gone for penance. Let us try. We should not think about this. When he will be grown up, he will think, I am the crown prince. I shall become the king. Then he will change it. We should not be disappointed. Give us chance again. All right. Then I shall keep, you have to keep him in a place where he cannot flee because he is now frightened. Yes, I shall keep him in an island surrounded by water. There, by keeping Prahlad, Chandravartu was teaching. One day Chandravartu was there absent. Sometimes in the school, the masters were absent. At that time, all the children, they want to play, and the demon boys, they asked, they called, Prahlad, you come, we shall play. Prahlad said, I have got something to say to you. You come to me. They have got respect for Prahlad. What? What is me? Yes, come. You have given up the dress of the player's dress, you have given up. You come here and hear me. They are surrounded, and Prahlad Maharaj was speaking. Omar Achyut Prajko Dharman Bhagavatani Durlabham Manusam Jatma Tadodhar Dhruva Arthadam. He started this teaching. You see, from boyhood you should practice Bhagavad Dharma, Bhakti Dharma. You should worship from boyhood. Because when you will be grown up, you have got the attachment to money, you have got attachment to your wife, you have attachment to your children in detail. Now you have got no attachment, you are young boys, you have pure hearts. So from this, whatever you will do now, at the grown up age, you will have that sort of impression. So you should start bhajan now. Because this human birth is to love, is scarce, very rare. Whether you will get again human birth, there is no guarantee. Durlabham, honor. This human birth is precious birth. But it is non-eternal. It will not last long. Any moment you may die. By that which has got birth will have death. God has given you the opportunity. After passing through cycles of births, you have got this human birth. By creating human birth, by human beings, God is satisfied. These human beings can worship. You may say we are young boys, we do not know anything. We have got no Upanana Sanskar, sacred thread we have not got. No, for Bhagavad Dharma it is not necessary. Bhagavad Dharma, the Jachyuta Pranayada Bhava Samsuratmija, Atmata Sarvabhutaram Siddham Sarvata. It is not very difficult to worship Supreme Lord. He is the dearest of all. If you utter his name, he will be satisfied. It is not very difficult. Don't think about this. By chanting the holy name, by hearing the holy name, that is Bhagavad Dharma. It is not difficult. You are calling your mother, you are calling your father. You call Narayan, Krishna, Ram. You can call him. By that he will be satisfied. It is not difficult. Bhagavatam Adhrubam, but Arthadam. You can get the complete reality. By getting whom you will get all. By knowing him, you will know all. In detail, he has explained the matter there. We have got, I think, our Paurana Charitavali. I have written in brief about Prahlad Charitra in Bengali. That has not been translated. But it has been translated in Hindi perhaps. Paurana Charitavali, Prahlad Charitra, but not in English. In detail. To some extent, elaborately I have written. You can get many things from that. Explain the matter. Then they become, all right, we shall also start bhajan. And they started bhajan, worship of Krishna. When Sandamarka came, they saw all the demon boys there. They have got one-pointed devotion to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Then Sandamarka tried to persuade them to give up. But by their company, Sandamarka was afraid they will convert me. I cannot convert them, they will convert me. He was frightened. He immediately went to Hiranyakshipu Goswami. A serious danger. By the company of Prahlad, all the demon boys have got one point of devotion. He does not hear to me. I cannot remain there. I may be also converted. Such a knowledge. Oh. He has gone to dogs and he has spoiled my all demon boys. Get the jewels. Where did Bhagavan come? I shall kill him. He jumped from the throne with the sword and came to Prahlad. What? Small boy, you are flaunting my orders. You have spoiled all demon boys. From where you have got this power to do this? God belongs to Vishnu. It is with you, it is everywhere. Where is your Bhagavan? Everywhere. He is everywhere. And why I am not seeing him? On this pillar? Yes, he is also in the pillar. He is in the pillar. First I shall kill your Hari, then I shall kill you. Wrong! Formidable person. And gave a strong blow. The pillar was broken. And there was a horrible sound, roaring sound. There the whole universe will be universal dissolution. They were all frightened. All the demigods are frightened. What is this? And we saw from the broken pillar a horrible figure, Narasingha appeared.
Well, Narasingha Bhagavan ki jai.
By half man, half lion. And roaring became very much enraged. Bhagavan also became angry. Because Hiranyakashipu tried to kill Prahlad, who has got no innocent incarnate, being good to all. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is enraged. Even Nityananda Prabhu is enraged. When a harlot tries to pollute the character of Haridas Thakur, Nityananda. So we should be very careful about behaving with devotees. But that is Nrsimha Bhagavan appeared, then Hiranyakashipu saw half man, half liar. What is this Narasingha? All right, I shall kill him. Then with a mace, with a club, he attacked Nrsimha Bhagavan. Nrsimha Bhagavan had first time with him for some time. First time. And all the demigods were afraid. But ultimately, fulfilling the conditions of Brahma, not outside the house, not inside the house, just on the threshold of this entrance. On that, he sat, and not in the sky and in the earth, on his own lap, and not with other weapons, etc. By his nails, Nrsimha Bhagavan put out all the intestines from him and killed. And there was oozing out, blood was coming out. And were roaring, very loudly roaring. And all the demigods were afraid. Now it is not time of dissolution. Why Bhagavan has become so much angry? Now this is not the time. They are submitting their prayers. And whatever prayers they are giving, Hiranyakashipu replies, Grum! He was not satisfied. By hearing the prayers of Indra, by hearing the prayers of Brahma, by hearing the prayers of Rudra, by hearing the prayers of others, Jakkaraka Kinnar, and also Vaishnava, when they are speaking about Nrsimha Bhagavan and praying, we should be kind to little boy, Prahlad. And his reply was, when after praying, with good words of the scriptures, Veda mantra, but Supreme Lord was angry. When finished their prayer, at the time of the finishing of the prayer, and his reply was, Guru, what is this? So, Lakshmi Devi, you go there. You pacify. God was saying, Nrsimha Bhagavan, absolute bliss. He said, you are not Bhankar, you are not horrible. Horrible is this world. By remembering you can be rescued from the horrible samsara. Who says you are horrible? The most absolute bliss, absolute knowledge, absolute existence. Like that. He went there and took absolute prostrated obedience. By seeing Prahlad, Hiranyakashipu became cool like water. Nrsimha Bhagavan has become cool like. By seeing only. You are saying prayers to me, but they have this Hiranyakashipu, innocent. All good qualities are there. He is a great devotee. This Hiranyakashipu tried to kill. You are not going to Prahlad. You are not going to pacify him. You are saying prayers to me. Why? When they brought the Prahlad, man's affection, he put his palm, this transcendental palm, over the head of Prahlad, and he became like a ice or you may say snow, soft like a snow, and all things, all wrath, indignation, and this stopped by seeing the Prahlad. So you see, Prahlad has started saying prayers, or Nrsimha Bhagavan was speaking to Prahlad. It's very good. Hiranyakashipu was speaking through that. Brahmadeshwara Brahmanayata Siddha Sattvikatani Bhajasan Narada Purugana Udhunapi Pukintoshtam Arati Sami Harirugrajate. Started. Very necessary to go through the prayers of Prahlad. What Prahlad said, or what Nrsimha Bhagavan has said to Prahlad. Very important. Now, is it the time? 9:40. We have to pardon. Kirtan. Kirtan is to be done. Ito Nrsimha Parata Nrsimha, Ito Nrsimha Parata Nrsimha, Yato Yato Yamitato Nrsimha, Yato Yato Yamitato Nrsimha, Bahir Nrsimha, Hridaya Nrsimha, Bahir Nrsimha, Hridaya Nrsimha, Nrsimhamadi Sharanam Prapadde, Nrsimhamadi Sharanam Prapadde, Nito Nrsimha Parata Nrsimha, Nito Nrsimha Parata Nrsimha, Yato Yato Yami Nrsimhamadi Saranam Prapadde Nrsimhamadi Saranam Prapadde Ito Nrsimha Parata Nrsimha Ito Nrsimha Parata Nrsimha Yato Yato Yamitato Nrsimha Yato Yato Yamitato Nrsimha Jai Nrsimha Jai Nrsimha Jai Nrsimha Jai Nrsimha Nrsimhamadi Saranam Prapadde Nrsimhamadi Saranam Prapadde Namaste Narasimhaya Sudhagadayai Namaste Narasimhaya Sudhagadayai Hiranyakasipurugatya Ilakantamathale Hiranyakasipurugatya Ilakantamathale Namaste Narasimhaya Sudhagadayai Namaste Narasimhaya Hiranyakasipurugatya Ilakantamathale Namaste Narasimhaya Kalladalharnaya Namaste Narasimhaya Kalladalharnaya Hiranyakasipurugatya Ilakantamathale Namaste Narasimhaya Kalladalharnaya Hiranyakasipurugatya Ilakantamathale Jai
Jai
जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी जीव की, श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंच तत्तात्म श्री गौर हरि की, श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग श्री श्री राधा गोविंद जीव की, श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ जीव की, जय श्री गौर नित्यानंद जीव की, जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतसी श्रीमद भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की, जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतसी श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की, जय श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की, जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोपी गो गोवर्धन वृंदावन श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की, जय श्री सिंह चतुर्दशी तिथि बरा की, जय भक्ति विघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव शुभाविर्भाव तिथि पूजा महामहोत्सव की, प्रहलाद महाराज की, जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट परम पूज्यपाद परिव्राजकाचार्य चैतन्य स्वामी श्रीमद भक्ति रक्षक श्रीधर देव गोस्वामी महाराज की, जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट परम पूज्यपाद परिव्राजकाचार्य चैतन्य स्वामी श्रीमद भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की, जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट परम पूज्यपाद परिव्राजकाचार्य चैतन्य स्वामी श्रीमद भक्ति प्रमोद पुरी गोस्वामी महाराज की, जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट परम पूज्यपाद परिव्राजकाचार्य चैतन्य स्वामी श्रीमद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज की, परम पूज्यपाद शिक्षा गुरु वर्ग की, पूज्यपाद चैतन्य स्वामी श्री भक्ति वेदांत नारायण महाराज की, पूज्यपाद श्रीमद गौर गोविंद महाराज की, समागत भक्त वृंद की, श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की
जय परिभावना परम कारण विष्णुपाद परमहंस सरस्वती श्री श्रील भक्तिभाव तीर्थ गोस्वामी महाराज की जय।
Now we have to take something. 9